Hi, I'm Sarah. Today I'm telling you my story, but before that, please like and subscribe to hear more stories like this. You know those moments when you reminisce about your past and can't believe it happened. One day the envelope was light in my hand, far too light. It was meant to hold the thick acceptance letter to my dream university, a testament to years of late-night studying and sacrifice. Instead, a single, flimsy sheet of paper slipped out, a notice of withdrawal. Account closed. The date on it was 2 weeks ago. My breath caught in my throat. This wasn't some clerical error. This was the college fund. The one my grandparents had started for me when I was born. The one my parents had sworn was untouchable. I found my mom in the kitchen, humming softly as she diced vegetables for dinner. The normalcy of the scene felt like a cruel joke. "Mom," I said, my voice barely a whisper. "Where's my college fund?" She flinched, dropping the knife with a clatter. Her face, usually so open and kind, became a mask of guilt.
She didn't deny it.
She couldn't. "There was an emergency," she stammered, avoiding my gaze. "Your brother, he got into some trouble." Trouble. That word had haunted our family for years, always in connection with Liam. His gambling addiction was a black hole, sucking in everything good around him. He'd lost jobs, alienated friends, and constantly begged for money. I knew he was in debt. I just never imagined the price tag would be my future. Liam? I felt a cold dread creeping through me. What kind of trouble? She finally met my eyes, and I saw the desperation there, the weariness that had etched itself into her features over years of covering for him. He owed a lot of money to some very bad people. They were threatening him. Her voice broke. I had to do something. I couldn't let anything happen to my son. "And what about your daughter?" The words were out before I could stop them, laced with a bitterness that surprised even myself. "What about my future? My dreams?" She started to cry, silent tears tracking paths down her cheeks. "I'm so sorry, honey. I'll make it up to you. I promise. As soon as Liam gets back on his feet, he'll pay it all back." But Liam never got back on his feet. His promises were as empty as the bank account. He'd express remorse, vow to change, and then disappear for days, only to resurface with another desperate plea for cash. The cycle was endless, and now I was caught in its destructive current. I walked away, the closed account notice crumpled in my fist. The house, once a haven, now felt suffocating. Every object, every memory, seemed tainted by this betrayal. The unwavering pillar of our family had chosen her son's reckless habits over my aspirations. I couldn't go to my dad. He was a quiet man, worn down by years of Liam's antics. He tried to intervene, to set boundaries, but Mom always undermined him, her maternal instincts overriding any sense of consequence. He would just sigh, offer a helpless shrug, and tell me to be understanding. The next few weeks were a blur of anger and despair. I researched scholarships, applied for loans, but it all felt like patching a gaping wound with a tiny Band-Aid. The amount that had been stolen was substantial, enough to cover tuition for my entire first year, maybe even more. Without it, my dream university was out of reach. I saw Liam sometimes, lurking in the shadows of the living room, eyes darting, always on edge. He offered mumbled apologies, flimsy excuses. "I'm working on it, sis," he'd say, avoiding my gaze. "Just need a little more time."
Time I didn't have.
Time I was losing, day by day, as college application deadlines loomed and passed. One evening, I overheard my mom on the phone, her voice hushed. "He promised this time, I know it, just one more chance." My heart sank. She was still enabling him, still sacrificing for him, and I was still paying the price. I stopped talking to her, beyond the bare necessities. The silence between us was a heavy shroud, filled with unspoken accusations and regrets. It wasn't just the money, it was the trust, the feeling of being valued. It was the realization that my mother, the one person who was supposed to protect me unconditionally, had instead sacrificed my future for someone else's destructive present. I ended up at a local community college, a good school, but not the one I dreamt of. Not the one I'd worked for. Every day, I saw the students with their shiny new laptops, their excited chatter about campus life, and felt a pang of bitter resentment. My mom tried to bridge the gap. She'd leave my favorite snacks out, offer small gifts, but I couldn't accept them. The wound was too deep. The image of that empty envelope, the cold, hard proof of her betrayal, was seared into my mind. Liam eventually left town. He didn't say goodbye. He just vanished, leaving behind a trail of broken promises and deeper debts. My mom still held on to hope, still whispered about his return, about him making things right. But I knew better. I knew the truth. My college fund was gone, my dream deferred, and the relationship with my mother, once so strong, was fractured, perhaps beyond repair. The silence in our house grew louder each day, a constant reminder of the price of an addiction, choices it forced upon those who loved its victims.